Not bad. So, it's a little after midday in NSF. How do we find our group?
Patty's door probably opens up as Patty's walking back from the recent thing and just going in, probably just walking around. It's midday. We've just done like the recent run thing, so she's at this point kind of. Well, she's still got plenty of energy, but she doesn't immediately have anything to do, so she'll probably gather back wherever Karen is at the moment and just probably wait for some directions. As kind of the camera focuses in wherever the rest of the group might be, although she will just briefly knock on the door to Brill.
Krill, still deep in dismantling and learning herself, almost obsessively, green eyes looking up. What can I do for you, Patty?
I was just wanting to say sorry for being a dick earlier. I got a little fixated. So just, if you ever see me focusing too much in on a thing, you can just say, hey, knock it off. I won't take it personally.
Noted, but you are not incorrect. I am not built for on-site missions yet.
Are you wanting to be? As she's kind of looking over the whole setup.
I need some means to test my limits, so yes, I would love to.
Fair enough. Well, you think you'll be ready for the next one? It probably won't take too long.
I'm hoping to at least have the legs done by then, but we'll see.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll make sure you're on the next one with me. So yeah, I'm gonna go check on Troy, check on Karen, make sure everything's all right. See if you want to do any of the freebooter shit. But if you need anything, just hit me up.
I think I'm fine for now, but thank you, Patty.
No problem. And she'll just walk on by and just probably find Karen wherever she is, camera focusing in. Where's Karen?
Karen is in the back. Excuse me. In the back with Troy. And they're just chit-chatting. Karen's going, okay, but you can smell, right?
Heck, I have olfactory sensors that is capable of identifying odor particles in the air. But I wouldn't call it smell.
So do you like certain smells?
I suppose no. Nothing elicits any kind of reaction. It's all just points of data for me.
Okay. But you like music, right?
That is difficult to define.
Okay. I'm gonna figure out something you like.
I like you.
Clearly, as you should, thank you. Okay, I mean, that gives me an idea of where to start at least. Oh, hey, Patty.
Hey.
I also like Patty.
That bends on the day, doesn't it, though?
You can elicit difficult to process data, but your presence is still appreciated.
To be fair, though, Karen, if you're going to ask him about what he likes, you got to start talking the tech wizard shit. That's where his eyes light up.
Oh yeah, that's right. You go to that one place when you log on, right?
There is a gathering area on the net for various net divers and hackers.
Okay.
What, 4,200, right?
2,600.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well,
You have like people there, right? That you hang out with.
Yes, there is several people whose I enjoy speaking with there.
Okay.
They are not as high as priority as Krill, Patty, and Karen, but I suppose I do enjoy occasionally mingling with them.
Okay. Troy has other friends. All right, cool. Cool. All right. I'm gonna say this isn't like telling you what to do, but like sometime maybe you could hang out with them. Have you done that?
About twice now, I have visited Club 2600 for personal company. However, most of the time, I do go there to seek advice.
To be
Okay.
fair, we are a little demanding on his time, so it's a little hard just to hang.
Could I go more often to just mingle and talk?
Yeah, I mean, if they're your friends and you like hanging out with them, you can do that. Do you think I hang out with all you souls all the time? I mean, to be fair, I don't have many friends outside of you, but that's not the point.
I think you should do it if you want to.
As if you might like it.
Hmm. Something to consider.
Oh, how'd your thing go, Patty?
Easy. I mean, you still got the whole tag that reads into the corporate common shit. You can take the train and everything. So we've got that. I mean, I've got the extra creds at this point. So, it's still the middle of the fucking day. We got a little run done. I'm chilling. I'm ready to do whatever. But if you got other plans or got shit we got to do, whatever.
Well, since that did work, why don't we pick up and see what our old freebooter app is saying? Karen pulls it up. Gets a little ding. Sounds like
Well,
and two of the jobs are X'd out now. Okay. Looks like only job 3 is available.
so we got to find the fucking dipshit.
I mean, we can always put in money to re-roll, but I
3.
like this better when it's a free-to-play game.
3K ain't bad.
Yes. Locate and retrieve a missing idiot. Okay. Do we want to do that? Are you up for doing a little more work today, Patty?
You know me, I can go 48 hours on 4 hours of sleep and a whole 4 cans of Monster and a couple patches. I'll be good.
Okay.
That sounds particularly straining.
Yeah, you get used to it.
I mean, what's a mortal body except to abuse it, right? Okay. Well, if we complete it, 3K would be a nice little cushion to where we're at.
Yep, because we got to pay Zigu's dipshit brother today for the protection shit, or next week.
It's every other week
Wasn't
on the
that
protection.
Every 2 weeks, yeah. Just
It was supposed to be today, right? Just saying this out of character.
There's a banging on the
Fucking knew it.
big
Yep.
metal door.
yep. You want me to answer that, or
Patty, would you mind?
sure? Walk up to the door, open it.
Krill does come out of the crutch missing a leg.
Who's in?
She wants to observe.
Who's there? She opens up.
As the door rolls up, you're once again greeted by a large, hulking guy just staring at a codex, and he just looks up. He goes, 1,000 creds.
All right. I just send over my 1,000.
1,000 creds. And he just turns and starts walking.
Cool.
Don't exactly need to be a genius for this job.
Hey, somebody's got to do it. Cool. We are out 1,000 creds just from what I just picked up. So, yep.
As a note for 2 weeks from now, if we aren't completely burning at our feet, setting our own fires, be nice to maybe, I don't know, see what that person gets up to. Maybe learn a little more about who we're paying.
I mean, if we have Troy just hop around, just follow, and we could probably do that.
You also have the drones.
If you feel like having one, head out and go wherever they're going. They're walking away right now. Troy's not a bad option. We can keep eyes on them for as long as possible. If you're
meant
down
more in-
for that.
Should I do that now, or do we have more pressing matters to attend to?
I think the job's a little more priority, personally.
Squirrel.
We will accept the job mission. If you feel like keeping an eye on them while we discuss that, Troy, but if you want to be in on the conversation, why don't you hang out? We don't have to do that today.
Considering who our usual field operative is, I feel like I should probably keep my attention at the present.
Thank you. I agree. This is just an idea for later, not today. Cool. Karen accepts job number 3 from the Freebooter app.
As you accept the contract, a file arrives. It's an audio file. I haven't sent you an audio file.
Okay. As long as I'm not missing something. Okay. It's like we have a file.
Do you want Troy to scan it real quick, just in case?
I have no idea about it. I hand it to someone who knows more than me. Troy, Krill, I don't know. Can you figure this out? Is this gonna screw us over if you open it and play it?
Well, Troy's the techie guy, so I think he just kind of instinctively offers his hand to Karen.
Thank you.
You know networks better than me, dude. Go for it, Troy.
Yeah.
There's
Troy is going to take.
Troy. There is
Yep.
there's an audio file and a shortcut attached.
All right. Troy's just going to do a quick scan of this to make sure there isn't any malicious code attached to it.
Give me a roll.
That is a 0.
So what is that in total?
I'm going to guess 4 because I'm using hack.
Okay. It is an audio file and a shortcut to a map location.
All right. Troy just says, there does not seem to be any potentially malicious code in here. It is simply just a standard audio file and a map location. Would you like me to open it, or do you feel secure enough to open it yourself?
Can you open it in a way that will make sure that you're not going to get screwed over if something does happen? Because I don't know how to do that.
I could set up a quick ad hoc isolated runtime environment on one of our computers and open it there.
Or if we have a burner, that also works too, I suppose.
That would
I don't
also
want to
Got
do it
like
on mine.
8 of them.
There you go. We can open out a burner if that's easier.
That would be quicker.
There you go.
We'll open it up on one of Krill's burners.
Did you put
You're
it on
so fucking
speaker
paranoid.
or?
Yes.
Okay.
Troy will be playing it on speaker.
Okay.
To be fair, we're paranoid in the wrong ways and not paranoid in the right ways.
One of these days they'll line up, I swear.
I in this moment, it probably is unnecessary, but building operational security habits is never a terrible thing to do.
Yes.
So,
We've been burnt by that a couple of times.
as you press play on this audio file,
Troy shuts down.
there's
Didn't roll high enough, motherfuckers.
Troy shoots laser beams from his eyes, kills everybody.
Shoot freaking laser beams from your eyeballs.
Yes. In the audio player, there's an embedded meta image just for the file. What you see is a profile picture of a person with just sharp-faced woman, cybernetic eyes, a steel black cap, and just a voice starts. Yeah, okay, so you've accepted the contract. Fine, whatever. Here's what you need to know. My brother Bran, yeah, I know, Bran, is screwing up again. He's been hanging out with a bunch of wannabes. They call themselves the Razorbacks. I know, figures, right? Real geniuses, those kids. Anyway, I got this charming message about him owing them a stack of creds he clearly doesn't have. Apparently, he's managed to make himself useful to them. Or maybe it's just leverage. Either way, I'm not risking any of my regular teams on this mess. That's where you come in. Your job's simple. Find Bran, figure out what the hell he's gotten himself into, and just get him out before this blows back on me. Discretion is, I don't know, kind of key. Just don't make a scene. I don't care what he's done or how bad it looks. Your job is to fix it. I hear one more Razorback this, Razorback that. I swear I'm installing parental controls on his damn codex. Look, I've attached what I've got. Last known location. Just don't waste my time. Get it done, you'll get paid, screw it up, and you'll wish I'd sent out one of my actual teams. Switch out.
As soon as Switch said, "Don't make a scene," Troy looks over at Patty.
Switch?
Karen also looks over at Patty.
This is low profile.
Maddie's just
This
looking
is-
at
yeah.
Troy. What did I
The
do?
whole eyes it.
I believe it would be imperative that you do not try to associate us with any known gangs this time, Patty.
Oh, okay. I see how it is. Cool. Fair enough. Fair enough.
See, he can learn. They're capable of learning, Patty.
I never said he couldn't.
The Odo
Alright.
algorithm that forms the basis of the Troy units was designed to learn.
He's an adaptive AI, they say.
Well, he especially is.
Okay. So, looks like we need to know about the Razorbacks and where Bran is.
Okay. What do we have for the last known location?
Troy opens up the map shortcut on the Burner Codex.
Open up
there
your
like a
map
map?
shortcut.
There's a freaking map shortcut.
It takes you to a location labeled Open Air Market.
Did Caboose go dark on his light for
Yeah.
anyone else?
I mean, like that?
Yeah, no, that was just weird.
My monitor
he went dark on the net.
my monitor is providing most of the fill light right now. I need to get more lights for my new room.
Got it.
You do.
So this is me looking at the map. This is my notes. Anyway, back to the map.
This is gone.
Troy going dark.
Troy has a dark mode.
That should be enabled by default.
It should be.
It's called Tristan.
Sure.
I hate it.
Sure.
I hate it.
Okay. So, if we open up a regular map, where does this direct to, Troy?
I'm fucking trying to figure that out, but every single time I click Open Air Market, it takes me to a different location on the map. So, just
It's right over by M&M's, right at the edge of the red and the yellow. The industrial and residential. It's a purple one with a little bag.
Okay, sorry. I refreshed and it just took me to the right location this time.
Oh wait, that location. That.
All right. So it's literally just right there. Okay.
What are the chances that's where Krill would do her shopping at? When she lived at the old place.
How often would she go out?
Oh, you fucking mother. God, okay.
All right. Back in character. After Troy has gotten the last known location, he just brings up the coordination on the nearest screen to demonstrate to everyone else. It is a location in the... Oh, I forget. What was yellow again?
Residential.
Residential.
Thank you. I'm getting the other map open up that has the proper... Yeah, so...
It's right between residential and industrial.
Yes, so it is a marketplace located on the right at the border between the residential and Zone 2 industrial. Near Lost Innocence and
M&M.
M&M.
Okay.
Also the Drifter Depot.
All right, so basically Bran is hung up with these Razorbacks in some way. Last known location was at this marketplace, and we basically try to figure him out, get him out, do what we have to do.
Scouting out the location.
Yep.
Doing research on Bran and or the Razorbacks. And what's his name? Switch. At least a cursory look into who that is, since they did provide it. Let's at least see if there's anything we can find. Low priority with Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
I mean, if we're trying to figure out information, Troy could always hit up his friends at 2600, but they may not be super good about looking into a particular person.
We still have an unfinished IOU. I do not feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah, fair.
I have at least 5 IOUs.
Kai's trying to say something.
Do you wish to call on me or not, is the question. I'm giving you the option to let me speak in this moment. Your call.
Go for it. Anyone have any
Yeah.
objections?
Sure.
Might I suggest you try doing your own recon and intelligence sweeps?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
you have 2 people who can crawl the net, you know, rather than immediately be like somebody else.
That was
You
going
know?
to be my initial suggestion.
In-house.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. Yeah. Let's see. One probably would be a little bit more. Okay, so 3 people to look up, 3 entities: the Razorbacks, Bran, and Switch. Razorbacks would be the one that would maybe have something that Troy would be more needed to deal with in this kind of a net dive. We don't know that for sure, though. Maybe Bran does. But maybe Krill here could look into Bran and then switch while Troy takes a peek at the Razorbacks.
And if you and I need a hit up on scene, we could probably figure out who's able to keep the best eyes in that whole market setting, and then see if they've seen anything.
We'll at least definitely go to the market.
Yeah.
So the picture is just of Bran, right? Sorry.
That was a
Image
profile
picture
of the
for
person.
sharp-faced woman, cybernetic eyes, steel black cap. So we have no idea what Bran looks like.
Yeah, we're gonna
Profile
assume
picture.
that's Switch.
Okay. Thank you.
Could be some gender fuckery, but not likely.
Okay, there's also that image then, figuring out what that image is.
I mean, my gut just says that Switch, like, maybe she has a profile for freebooters as Dadong.
That one should be easy to do a quick search for.
I'm already performing a reverse image search on the major search engines.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Do the thing.
Right.
That is a +2.
Switch is a fixer. She's a mid-tier fixer in NSF.
All right. She have a profile on something?
Yeah.
Social media. Okay.
On Freebooter.
Oh.
She's
I
a
think
fixer.
Yeah, Troy will relay that information.
Yeah, figured. Cool. We figured that out easy. Back to Razorbacks.
All right. Troy is going to begin searching the web for Razorbacks, gangs, associations, affiliations. All right.
Thank you, our glorified Google search.
That is another +2.
The Razorbacks are not a gang per se. One of the things that first comes up is a recording of a video. In it, you see the market sprawl, but what's being focused on is a drone race. The Razorbacks are drone racers.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, these Razorbacks don't seem particularly dangerous.
Krill, you ever do any drone racing or something you kind of steered away from?
I repaired a few people's drones for it, but I mostly worked on commission for gangs, making their sentries and auto turrets and defense systems.
Roy
Krill,
is going to. Oh, sorry.
you watched the video, right?
Yep.
Highly maneuverable, very fast. These are people who focus on lightweight, zippy, maneuverable drones. Definitely not something you do. You larger, cumbersome weapons platforms, surveillance platforms, that sort of thing. This is young. This is mostly young people who want a drone to go very fast. And so you notice right away that there is a degree of maneuverability that none of your drones really have, and there's a degree of pickup and stop that none of your drones have. So there's definitely an intrigue here for you just seeing. It's like a car mechanic who stops by an F1 pit and is like, oh, these are fast. These are fast drones. They probably don't have much longevity. They probably don't have like any endurance. But if you need something to go from point A to point B and need to do it fast, these seem to be models that are capable of that.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so these are even more impressive than the one I fixed for some fucking rich brat. To be fair, they just had a wire loose. I charged them like 50 creds for it. All the same, I would love to see these in person. Maybe get some high-def scans in. Might be our way in.
As Krill's saying that, Patty's been looking at Aaron the entire time. You know what this means, right? She goes in, talks shop, and then maybe if the Razorbacks are a bunch of dude bros, she, you know.
It's not a bad thing to get in on. Yeah. But, I mean, currently we're here for Bran. But yeah, that's an easy in. And yeah, talking shop. Who doesn't want to talk shop in those places?
All of them, they all want to talk shop.
Karen, after getting the message from Troy about damn it. About where the image is from, Karen goes, oh. And opens back up the Freebooter app and clicks on Switch's profile to see what the profile says.
Oh.
It is a very well-established profile with 1,352 positive ratings on it.
Okay. Okay. Whole other side to this app.
Do we have a profile? How many negative reviews do we have?
You have one positive review, one mediocre review, and no negative reviews.
I will take mediocrity.
You know, Freebooter's got a social media side. Looks like it's a perfect thing for you to hit up, Karen.
I'll consider it. Okay. So the Razorbacks are drone racers. Let's see what we can find about Bran.
Yes, your Troybot unit just blue screened.
Yep.
Oh shit.
It did. Oh my god, okay.
You know what?
I saw that happening and I was like, what?
No, he's just being edited by Neil Breen right now. There's a different take happening, but he needs him to hold still for it, so he's just frozen in place until the other takes are done.
Neil just shoved a bunch of tuna into his PC.
God damn it.
Okay, I don't know what that was about.
Okay. We ready to pick back up?
Yes.
I fucking hope so.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Roadworks ahead. I sure hope it does.
Well,
Alright.
I think that means we were moving on to looking into Bran. Do the Razorbacks have like public listing for their races to see if like Bran is one of the people who races?
One of the details you would have found, Caboose, is that, sorry, Troy, is that the Razorbacks are not a officially designated drone racing team. There are official drone races in NSF. There are leagues. There are tournaments. The Razorbacks are not a part of that, which one can draw conclusions from. As such, they don't exactly have a public members profile page.
So basically, low level, under the radar shit, nothing official. So gonna be a
They're
little
amateurs.
either amateurs or really illegal shit. I don't.
They play for pink slips.
More than likely why it's so expensive, because those drones are not cheap. They're lightweight, they're not made of cheap material.
Patty's just having this moment where she's imagining like the bit we just sent of like Fast and the Furious. It's like family meets drones, and she's like, "God, that's so fucking nerdy."
Yes.
Okay, so we gotta figure out what the Razorbacks are and figure out how to get in touch with them, or at least where they are.
Roy is going to troll through social media for just a bit. He's going to look for any keywords that allude to the Razorbacks and drone racing, and times and locations that these terms were associated with. Oh, all right.
Thank you, Troy. Go.
That is a -2.
You find a decent amount of videos. There's not a ton of like scheduling details. I mean, they do seem to be an underground, amateur, illegal, non-authorized, non-designated racing team. So, what you do notice is that all of the videos that you find keep having a very particular race location. You notice that they seem to race through, above, and around the open air market.
I figured. All right, so they have a particular racing location. And what about times? Are there any correlated times?
Day, afternoon, night, evening.
And what about days of the week?
No.
Nothing correlated there. Okay, so
It's
They
almost as if they're a bunch of ne'er-do-well street residents, denizens who race when they can, where they can, and when they want to.
So other than a preferred location, they don't seem to have any particularly coordinated time, just whenever they can.
So basically, that gives us opportunity to just hit it up whenever, because they may be there, or people at that old times may know what's going on there. Yeah.
Okay. So, more about them. We still need to know, like, for number one priority is we need to know what Bran looks like, who they are. I mean, that seems important.
If he's stupid enough to get caught, do you think he's stupid enough to have a profile page with his name on it?
Bran is the only name we've been given, correct?
Yep.
No last names?
Nope.
Well, worth a shot. Troy is going to search up Bran and Switch. Just on social medias, on search engines, just whatever.
You
Not
might-
exactly
I was just going to say, if you're going to
Yeah.
look, you might find it under Switch's followers or something. I
+2.
don't know.
You are overwhelmed by the amount of search results, mostly commercial search results promoting a brand cereal and encouraging you to switch to it.
Improve your fiber.
Switch to bran flakes today.
I had a feeling that that potential search criteria was a long shot, but it was worth it. Any other suggestions on where to potentially procure information on this brand?
All the different racing videos you had, do you think you could check the comments? See if there's anything that pops up there?
All right, you all do this interweb searches. I've got at least 3 general blueprints for like what they would consider rookie low tier machines from a few years back. I'm gonna see what I can do best to recreate them. Even being a low ball might get attention.
Sure.
Potential.
Make a spoof up one just to see if you can get someone's attention.
Yeah.
It's a useful thing to have on hand.
Yeah.
Hey, Chip, you want an upgrade? Come on.
In the meantime, Troy is going to peruse through his history of his searches and go through those videos on social media and browse some of the comments, particularly for the name Bran. Roll. All right, roll. That is a -1.
You don't find anything.
Well, it would seem that if Bran had a, or if Bran was rolling with this group, he did not have much of a social media presence.
Maybe just has a fancy racer name or something. I don't know. But, Karen, you want to go and scope out the place while Krill's working on it? And then have her meet up with us? Or do we want to wait until she's ready?
We could go and at least look around. I don't want to be poking my nose in before Krill is ready to do it, because I feel like she would be the front, whatever, the face this time.
Yeah.
The one
We could
actually
also-
talking to people.
We could also have Troy figure out if we can get close to a time where people may have left him, then we could probably have Troy check out if there's any cameras nearby, and then narrow it down to a time if we can figure out where he was and when he was.
So that is a good point. That will be useful. No matter what. We have no idea when, and we have no idea what this person looks like, but when we do, maybe it'll be worthwhile to have. Because we do know this is probably where, if they were hanging out during a race, it would be here at the open air market. Okay. And that would be easier if we were there, right, Troy?
Yes.
All
Okay.
right. Patty just knocks on the door again. Hey, Krill. Karen and I are heading. Guys on there. Ooh. I thought.
That happened to anyone else?
Your audio is clipping.
Oh, okay. Give me a
Okay, I
second.
thought I was having a stroke
thank
for a
God.
second. Like, did none of that make sense? Okay.
Today is a day of technical issues.
Apparently.
All right. Can you hear me?
So far.
Okay. I was just saying, hey, Krill, Karen, and I are heading out. Just join us when you're ready, right, Karen? Or just
Yes.
cool.
I think, yeah.
Cool. All right. See you in a bit.
Sure, I think I still have... Fuck, do I have my other leg right? It doesn't matter at this point. Yeah, no, I'm working on the upgrade. See y'all soon.
Okay, so Krill, you want to give me a couple of rolls?
Mhm. Yes. That is a -1 for a total of +4
Okay.
if it's crafting.
Yep. We're gonna say that that's the sort of design process, seeing as I think you're trying to merge some. Are you using chip, or you're just using an old template?
So the idea is not to use chip themselves, but to let chip be like an onboard, like.
I'm sorry. Are you gonna turn your drone into a drone pilot?
Yes.
So your drone is going to be a drone pilot in a drone.
Correct. I am onboarding drones.
An equipable upgrade.
More drone pilots.
They're
Okay.
weirdly
Not
also
the trans
stationed
ones
in
now.
Vegas.
Yeah,
We've
still
been
stationed in
bombing
Vegas.
overseas for decades at this point.
All right. So, all right.
Like drones need more drones.
But do you need drones for your drones?
The process of turning your drone into a drone pilot is slightly more complicated than you were initially finding. So what we'll do is we'll give it a minute, give you Krill some time to just hammer out some of the intricacies of droning the drone.
Big brain, lightweight body doesn't work. So she's like, I'm going to just let you control it from afar.
Yeah, okay. So
The feedback loop. Chip, okay, do this thing for me. Chip
this is-
takes a second
this-
to process.
this
do the
is-
thing.
this has got an actual programmer written all over it. Actually, this is the most convoluted solution to a problem.
Unsound.
Yeah. Okay.
Drone will think faster and react faster than any of those fucking humans with their little gear sticks. They're probably creating like internalized AI to figure
Okay.
that out, and I'm creating intelligent AI that can think faster and letting it control it from afar, so it doesn't have to worry about the processing internalized.
Yep.
Drone
Yep.
GPT.
Yep.
I have a
Created-
feeling that might break their rules.
We'll figure
They're
out.
amateurs. They don't get to employ as heavy rules.
They're a private league. They can set whatever rules they want.
So, all right. While Krill continues to work on Drone GPT, we will we'll circle back around to the trio here, headed out. Who's driving? Are we taking public transit? How
How far? How
we
far
doing?
is this from us? It's not that far. Do we just want to walk? Patty's got her backpack on. She's ready to start walking. But if we want to drive,
Got enough room in that backpack for me?
I've got an extra pair of walking shoes.
They don't fit.
I wear 10s. I'm pretty sure your feet aren't that big.
They don't fit.
Okay, fine. You want to drive all the way goddamn to the market? Sure, fine. Whatever. And Patty will just start up the car.
I mean, if you were offering to drive, I didn't say we had to, but I mean, okay.
Well, I'm not carrying you.
There's other options than
You wanna-
walking.
You want to? We can take the train. Drive the car, take the train. Just make a decision. I don't want to be here for 5 hours.
We'll take the train.
Cool.
I don't
Patty
trust
says-
your driving today.
Okay. Patty just starts walking to the fucking train. Is Troy coming with us, or is it just us two?
It's up to Troy. You can come if you want, but I think you could do your thing from here.
Yeah, Troy agrees and states, "I'm usually a better monitor if I have access to the base."
Cool. All right. Well, you and Krill are there. If you need anything, if you start another lithium fire, good luck.
Troy will be fine. He doesn't have to use his lungs.
You're right. You're right.
Luckily, I
Alright.
do not operate off of a lithium battery.
Do you run on the power of friendship?
Unfortunately,
Aaron
such an
walks
energy
out the
source has
door.
yet to be harnessed.
It just turns and walks out the door.
Yep. Patty's just following behind. Camera probably pans behind their shoulder as they're walking. Take the train.
Our
Starting to-
fucking friendship.
Hey, let me make my jokes where I can, okay? Train probably eventually opens up near the market, and Patty will hop out and says, "All right, you ready to check out these fucking nerds?" Patty will just start making her way, and so they're
Nothing.
okay. Just start making the way to the market, passing by the M&M on the right side or the left side, whichever side it is, and then just eventually, yeah, but walks towards the market. And what are we looking at as we get here?
The market sprawls. It sprawls across a crumbling intersection of towering apartment blocks. It's flanked by freeways and road systems. It's got the transit hub right near it. As you approach, you can see the neon lights flickering erratically in the heavy dusted air. This is a spot right on the edge of the residential and industrial zones. And in fact, the market crosses zones. Part of it is in the industrial zone. Tarps of just mismatched colors and patterns strung between the skeletal remains of abandoned billboards. It's just a chaotic patchwork of a ceiling, right? Does very little to shield patrons from, occasional acid rain and dust storms and deluges, but it serves as best it can. As you approach, there's just this cacophony filling the air. Barking vendors, the clatter of engines and drone engines, and the hum of eclectic mix street musicians busking for a few spare credits where they can. The ground is just this patchwork of cracked pavement and scavenged metal plates and just uneven underfoot, but still an area buzzing with life. The stalls are just brightly lit make wares onto, they're selling their wares on makeshift tables, crates, even the uneven ground itself. Just a kaleidoscope of colors against the gray backdrop that tends to be in this part of the world. You can smell sizzling skewers of meat, synthetic or otherwise. You can also smell that metallic tang of like circuitry and oil. It's a heady reminder of the bizarre nature of this haven for scavengers, dreamers, crafters, builders, sellers, just anybody who needs to try. You can see children darting between the legs of shoppers, suspicious figures loitering near alleyways, scanning. Maybe they're looking for opportunity. Maybe they're looking for trouble. Who knows? But at the core of the market, at the heart of the market, you can see an old clock tower that's long defunct. Its face is cracked, the hands frozen at midnight, but the base of the tower is surrounded by graffiti. Art that's shifting and flickering. AR overlays that have been hacked together by local tech artists. This tower seems to serve as a meeting point. You can see people gathering there. You can see them, like, people walking up to groups. Off to the edge of the market, you can see a literal pit dug into the ground, filled with broken tech, old drone parts, discarded machinery, looking like a scavenger's paradise, probably. You can see children digging in there. You can see adults digging in there. You can see people dumping stuff in there, sifting through this junk. Legends say that you can find anything in that pit if you dig long enough.
So as they get toward the market, Patty will come back up from the stall that she stopped at real quick. She'll hold up 2 skewers, holds one out for Karen. Talking
Sir, did
walk
you
while
just
we eat.
grab 2 skewers?
No, I paid some creds.
Okay.
I made sure to pay the creds, but I was just paying the creds. I just didn't want it to go that whole time. But just holds up the other skewer. Here you go. Walk and talk while we eat.
Karen takes the skewer and sniffs it and hands it back. Says, I'm not really a big fan of otter.
I understand, but there's like a nice little toughness to it sometimes, especially when they cook it down here.
I don't like the oil. Anyway. I can taste it in the air. Anyway, so what kind of stuff do they have in the stalls?
Well, the stall that you just walked by, grabbing the meat skewers from, was called Spitfire Grub. As you walk, there's a stall for everything. You can see Grix's gear garage. I mean, drone components, cracked monitors, scrapped LED, that sort of thing. You can see Patch's Emporium of everything. It's just a colorful, vibrant stall. Mismatched fabrics, everything from counterfeit ID chips, it looks like, probably, to like trinkets, glittering trinkets of dubious authenticity. Keep walking. There's flickers, flicks, and fixes. It's a small kiosk plastered with ancient movie posters. It's got a sign: trade, buy, repair. There's a old projector loop projecting film onto the nearby wall. You can see a cyber clinic down the way. Doc Loon's Cyber Clinic. It's the open air market. It's a modern day bazaar where anything and everything can be found.
They are passing by that scavenger's paradise, and Patty's just going to take a quick snapshot with the codex and then send it to Krill. Says, "Looks like something's right up your alley here."
Yeah. See that alleyway a little bit back? I used to have a crate set up there. People didn't just show up on my doorstep. I had to meet them somewhere.
Patty doesn't say anything. She just thumbs up.
Oh. Yeah, no.
Krill,
I missed
give me
that place.
give me another roll.
-2.
Your rolls are loving you.
What? Why did that not go as well as it did?
Someone pushed me over and took all my shit instead of.
No. You're crafting.
Oh, completely while looking away, she's installing a turbine disc, and without thinking, welds it down. Fuck.
As they're kind of walking through the market, looking around, Patty's finishing off the first first kebab. She's got the second one, and then kind of says, "All right. I mean, we could check out the gear garage. Maybe they have get a couple parts local there."
Yeah, we'll swing by there. I also want to see the Patches Emporium. That looks interesting.
All right.
But let's go over to the gear garage first. I know nothing about it, so I'm mostly just looking for there's Krill to look at pictures.
Yeah, I mean, this shit ain't exactly up my alley, but if you can figure out the people who are interested, then you can figure out where to go from there. All right. Patty will head over to the gear garage as she kind of just slowly walks in, starts looking around a little bit.
You walk in. There's like you can see LED strips that are casting like a harsh blue light onto the clutter, reflecting off of one of the cybernetic eyes on Grix's face. Seems to be grizzled. If you give me a roll, maybe
Sure.
you will know more.
That's a -1. So
What's your investigate?
my investigate is a +1.
Karen, do you wish to participate in this?
Yes. +1.
And yours?
My investigate, I think, is 2. I think. Fuck. Is that the one that I changed?
You did, I believe, notice, didn't you?
Yeah, no, there it is. Never mind. I can read.
Okay, so what's your total?
3.
Okay. Grix has the like hands of somebody who fixes things. He's got the fingernails greased under. He's got that permanent sort of black stain to his hands. He's got that permanent like scowl of somebody who's constantly repairing the world around them. And just a thick coppery beard. Just one of those workman's beards, man.
Patty's not figuring out too many details on him or kind of the surrounding landscape, but she does want to get a vibe of if he's had a particularly rough day, if he's kind of like he has that grizzled look, but if there's like something that's been bothering him more than lately, just kind of seeing if there's any like anything around him and his behavior that kind of just makes him seem a little more annoyed than normal.
I mean, you could give me a roll.
Yep. Plus ones.
This is a man who takes no guff, is gruff with others, is probably impatient, but knowledgeable, and that leads to his impatience. And so every day is a day where he has to deal with somebody he would probably describe as a punk. And that's just the grind for Grix, is fixing other people's shit, breaking things down, getting the usable parts out of them, getting those damn kids off his lawn, as it were.
Mm.
Can I get you anything?
Not me, but I got a friend coming by later. I was just looking around. Couple of drone pieces. All this shit's kind of out of my field house, but they're a little more knowledgeable on this, and I was just kind of curious what kind of stuff you sell so I can tell them to see if they're interested. Just a bit of everything.
Look around. This is what I sell.
Got it. Patty gives Karen that look for a moment of just like, and
Aaron picks up a random thing, kind of looks at it for a minute. Huh. Puts it back down.
So what's the gnarliest thing you've ever had to put back together?
Person.
Person. They get shot, they get like cut clean in
You
half.
buying something, or?
Patty is just going to turn on her codex for a second to Krill and says, if I'm going to pick up something really quick, what would I pick up?
Nothing. You're pissing him off. If you buy something now, he'll know you know nothing, and you'll be wasting more of his time.
Yep, I figured.
I was just browsing, thanks.
Yep.
Karen walks out.
Yeah, thanks. Just kind of heads out. I don't know. He was just staring at me. I couldn't figure out what to do in that moment.
He does that. He's very good at that.
I had fun doing that. That was great. Do you want to do that again?
I mean, he's just a dude who looks like he's annoyed at everyone who wastes his time. So that's, fortunately, I had no way to not waste his time. So, yeah.
I'll go and get that cerebral processing core later that I saw on the shelf.
Okay.
I was not letting you buy that and him question what it was, because you couldn't answer.
Fair enough. You want to go, she'll cut the call to Krill and then just says, you want to go check out the patchwork then, while we're waiting on Krill probably?
Yeah, let's go see what Patches Emporium has going on.
Cool.
Emporium of everything. I'm looking for a sink.
We actually need one of those.
As you walk into Patch's Emporium of Everything, you are immediately greeted by Patch. And Karen, give me an... God fucking damn it.
That wasn't a BSOD. I don't know what the hell that was. Discord just crap.
What is with you? Two of you. Your Discords are just fucking with you tonight.
I
Why am I
don't
blurry? Here we
know.
Okay, and we're back at.
You just name this episode Technical Issues.
go.
Okay, Karen.
Technically speaking.
As you walk in, you are greeted immediately by Patch. And you get the distinct feeling Patch is your kind of people. Patch is just flamboyantly dressed, colored, a multicolored trench coat that is jangling. And you know that there's hidden pockets in this trench coat. Like, you know there's stuff all over. And Patch just takes one look at you, looks how you're dressed, sees that you're in heels in this place, and just is immediate like, oh my god, I love you.
Oh, mutual, I'm sure.
What can I get you? I mean, you hardly need anything, but I can get you everything.
Well, I just have no idea. I wasn't even sure what I came in here for. I just knew I had to stop in.
Well, I have everything and, well, everything.
Okay. Okay. You strike me as somebody who likes to keep things tucked up and hidden away. Do you have anything surprising girl might be able to slip into her stocking, maybe?
Give me a roll.
-2. What am I rolling?
Rapport.
2 then. Wow.
Letting the roll stand.
I'm gonna invoke my trouble, I think.
Okay.
Specifically, as she was asking this, she's not only saying to them, I think you have, a kind of person who would have things hidden up their sleeves. She is actively, like, reaching out and, like, looking up his sleeve to try and find things.
Okay. And you want a +2? Okay. He sees and he bats you away and goes, "You naughty girl trying to get me to disrobe. We barely know each other."
Suppose I could get you a drink first.
At least. So, are we looking to maybe calm a suitor? Are we looking to negate a suitor? Or maybe find their way into a suitor's place?
Ooh. Oh, I was leaning more towards calming suitor for a minute, but that last one caught my attention.
Look, you seem like a girl who has to work for her creds. Not one of those uppity bitches. So I understand occasionally girls like us have to take what's ours. I've got a disposable key generator that works for a lot of the condos and apartments you'll find in this town. You slap it onto a key card reader, and it does its thing. I mean, you'll only get one use out of the thing, but can't hurt.
How much would something like that set me back?
He looks at your shoes and he goes, for you, I'll call it 250 creds.
250? Sure you can't squeeze a girl in for an even 2?
Fine, you twisted my arm.
Twist it more.
No, bitch, 200.
I can do that.
Okay. He reaches into the trench coat and pulls out a little black device and hands it over to you.
You're a doll. I'm
You
sure
are.
this will be only used for the most upstanding reasons.
I sure hope not.
Oh, you're so naughty. Oh, beautiful. I am trying to take my friend out on the edge of the town. My friend.
She's not
They're
there.
a little. They're a bit of a shut-in. They don't know how to have fun. I've heard that this place is pretty cool, especially like odd times. You might be able to catch a cool show.
Show. Oh god, you don't mean that ghastly drone racing, do you?
Oh, is it not a show? I heard it was fun. Tracy's a bitch, I swear.
Of course she's a bitch. Her name is Tracy.
I mean, yeah. So it's not like a event thing where like people
No,
hang
it's a
out
bunch
and
of
have.
it's a bunch of stinky, smelly teenagers and 20-somethings who can't get a girlfriend to save their life. And they zip the drones around. They think this is like an obstacle course or something. Poor Amal down at this Spitfire. They're constantly sending the drones through the flames of the grill.
Jeez, like I'd put up a net.
Actually. You get the distinct idea that you may have just given Patch an idea.
Ooh, that one's for free for the deal we struck.
The only thing I can say that occasionally they do buy things. They're not completely worthless. We all sell stuff to them eventually. Because, I mean, frankly, they smash the drones into everything, so they need replacement parts.
Okay. They aren't like seedy or anything, like gonna disappear somebody. Like
They just seem like a bunch of wannabes. I mean, they started, oh god, it's so cringe. They recently started wearing insignia patches, but they couldn't come up with their own design, so they just started using patches that I sold them.
you bitch. Oh, that's great.
She had a bunch of embroidery patches sitting around. I was like, "Oh yeah, they're custom."
That is amazing. Oh,
Yeah, it's their new membership patch. They use it to identify each other and stuff. It's so cringe.
what's the shape?
Oh, it's just this. It's like a dragon. It's so overused.
A dragon? What are they, 12? Oh wait, they might be. Sorry.
Yes, I
That's
think
right.
some of them might
Damn.
be actually.
Oh,
Some of them definitely didn't grow up past 12. I'll tell you that.
I hate teenagers. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, damn. I was hoping that would be a fun thing we could try and do for my friend. Okay. Is there anything else we could do? around here for fun?
I mean, I like looking at the graffiti art, but I mean, there's, that's just walking around and looking at it.
Okay. Damn. Fucking Tracy. Actually, do you have a way that I might be able to get back at Tracy? Do you think you can help me with that?
What you thinking?
Well, a friend of mine, one time they got like a chunk of fish and they chopped it up into a bunch of little pieces and hid it all around my friend's apartment. And it took her like 8 months to find all of the pieces. No, I'm not going to touch a fish, but do you have something that is like really stinky and hard to find, or like make her not want to be at home?
I mean, everything, but I don't. Stinky. Oh, you know what you could do? You could just go over to the scrap pit and just follow your nose.
Ooh, okay.
There's
Okay.
probably something disgusting over there.
Okay. That might work. And remind me of your name again.
Patch, bitch.
You just Patch? I figured Patch was like a nickname.
I ain't giving you my real name.
Okay, we have to earn that. I understand. Well, Patch. We'll make sure to not let you know what I definitely didn't do with the thing I got.
Atta girl. Oh, if you want to see the cringe insignia, it's on the way out. They're on the shelf to your right.
Will do. On the way out, Karen pulls out her codex and snaps a picture. Oh my god, they're so dumb. Later's Patches.
Bye, bitch.
Karen wanders out, looking for Patty.
Camera probably cuts to like a moment back as Patty was walking down the market itself, as she's kind of like she hears Patch and part of her is just like nope, and just turns, and then as she's making her way, she probably passes by the clinic as she's kind of looking inside for a moment, just stopping. What does the inside of a clinic look like?
It is a grimy medical setup. There is a curtain of faded plastic, basically. That's just sort of you can smell from the outside that really the only way to do any of this kind of Ripper Doc work in this setting is you could smell the evaporating disinfectant. Right, it's just drench everything in disinfectant and call it a day is the only way to really get the job done. So as you walk up, you can literally smell disinfectant and desperation. That's just sort of the Ode de Doc Loon's cyber clinic, right? And
Patty will take like a deep whiff of it, and then will just sigh of relief. She'll finish up the last of the skewers she has, and then she'll walk inside.
Inside.
Yeah. Inside.
I mean, like all of the other sort of stalls, there's people rocking street carts. There's people just with like, a crate. There's, people with stuff scattered on the floor, right? So this is the higher end. This is like the top tier of stall in the market, right? It's a typical stall with like the overhang, right, of the tarp, but it has sort of attached plastic curtain. So you do that. Nothing slides out of the way, but you can part the plastic curtain and
part the dirt sea.
Yes. And as you immediately see a single chair that has definitely seen better days. That is the operating table. That is the space in which the procedures are likely done. And there's just a row of like shelves and drawers, and some of them mismatched, and handles and that sort of thing, where the equipment, gear, and tools necessary to do Doc's job are likely housed. And just sitting in the corner on just a metal folding chair is Doc Loom. The definition of a grizzled street medic at this point, right? Weathered face, but give me a roll.
Okay. +0.
What's your investigate?
+1.
His hands are steady. So, yeah, as you walk in, he looks you up and down and goes, "What can I do for you?"
Yeah, I was just wanting to make sure my hands are still in working order. You mind taking a look at them? I'll pay you for your time. Just make sure they're all functioning still. It's been a bit since I've gotten any maintenance on it. Just want to make sure I don't need to go any repair soon.
Yep. He stands up and taps his thighs. And he goes, "Have a seat."
Okay. Puts the backpack down. Leans
Goes
back.
over shelves, pulls out a couple of tools, pulls down some AR goggles, and goes, "All right, just hold still for a second. I'm just gonna." There we go. Yep. Turn your palm over. And there's a little spark as he just starts working on it. These are a little higher end than I'm used to seeing around these parts.
Yeah. Benefit of a past job kind of situation.
Yep. We all got a past.
Yeah. It seems like you've been around the block for a minute, at least here.
Yep, been patching up. Oh, hell, I patched up most of these fucking kids' parents when they were kids.
See what, you going double generation doc work?
Oh, I think I'm probably at triple generation by these points.
Dealing with those stupid 12-year-olds as they hit each other with their fucking drones.
They get younger and younger every year, it seems like. Yeah.
I tell you, man.
Yeah, they chop off fingertips and, blades catch them and they burn themselves and batteries explode and they shock themselves. It is what it
is. You go diving in that scavenging pit sometime too?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, people come out of the pit, but also, well, some people don't come out of the pit. But the ones who do come out of the pit, they come out with all sorts of interesting infections and contaminations and chemical burns and, keeps you on your toes, I suppose.
Fair. I've seen my fair share of work. Probably kept a guy going with at least 10 bullets in him at one time. Blood spurting out like a fucking, just a whole ass thing.
Yeah, we don't. Luckily, it's a pretty calm area. Everybody, they pay their protection money and. It's a pretty calm area for the most part. Most business I've had recently was probably it was Bruiser after the last practice race the Razorbacks had. They had a drone crash and burn into one of their members.
Razorbacks, isn't that like one of that stupid pigs or something?
Oh, I suppose from the before times, yeah, that was it was the name of a pig. But these days, around these parts at least, it's the name of I suppose they would call themselves a unofficial drone racing team.
What, they don't even have the decency to drive a car and get some real damage?
Cars are a luxury.
That's fair.
Well, it looks like looks like your hands are in pretty good working order.
Thanks. Yeah. I'm always just worried about the defibrillation. Just make sure it stays topped up in case someone goes down in the middle of nowhere, you know?
You seem to be good. You seem to be good. Um, yeah, yeah. That's. Is that all you need?
Uh, there's like one last thing. There's some guy I ran into earlier. I can't remember his name, but it made me think like Raisin Brand or something. He was just this guy I talked up to out on the edge of the market for a minute, and he had some interesting, like, maybe design for improving the hands a little bit, but I can't remember where I could run into him. I was a little drunk then, so like, you know,
Well, cereal brand.
yeah.
They yeah. Skinny little 19-year-old punk.
Yeah,
Patched
I
leather
think.
jacket.
Oh god, that fucking jacket. I tell you, do not trust me to make decisions when I'm drunk.
Yeah, yeah, that's well, I mean, I think his name is Bran, but the crew calls him Cereal.
Through what, the Razorbacks?
Yeah, yeah. He's been hanging with them for I don't know. I've seen him coming around a lot more. They hang out I don't know, at least a few times a week. They're in the market. A lot of the vendors don't like them, but you know, I don't whatever. I'm too old to care.
That's fair. Now, you're probably busy just making sure people don't fall over dead or something, but if I were to find them again around here, what would be the best place?
Ooh, I don't know. I think I don't know. I mean, they seem to come and go as they please, but yeah, they're look, I don't really get into other people's business, so
Fair enough.
it's
Fair enough. Well, appreciate it. Doc Loom, right?
yep.
All right.
Uh, that'll be 50 creds.
Take 75 just for a nice little conversation.
You have a lovely day.
You too. Take care. And Patty will head out as probably Karen's walking around. Kind of just wanders around before reconnecting with her.
Karen's not walking around. She's standing next to the pit, just staring at it.
Okay. Patty will probably eventually see her and walk over. You considering your life choices?
I'm just fascinated. Like, I've seen like 4 people go in, and I've seen 2 people come out, and then I saw 1 person come in, and then I saw 8 people come out, and none of them are the same. And I don't know where they go.
Probably dead.
I don't know. Just kind of smells like it.
Yeah. Well, I managed to figure out some information about our guy.
Oh,
Some
yeah, Bran.
skinny 19-year-old wears like a leather jacket of some sort. The Razorbacks call him Cereal.
Okay.
Yeah. So we don't have much more, but it's something. You figure out anything from Patch?
Just that they, race around here, tend to annoy the vendors. They kind of treat this place as their playground.
Yeah. I got about that same too.
I mean, most I could say is they particularly seem to piss off the Spitfire grill. I think that's what it's called. Spitfire grub. Piss them off by flying through the flames over there.
Is that the one I picked up the skewers from, or was that another spot?
I think that was where you got the skewers, yeah.
Okay. Let me send a message to Krill, see how far she is from out. She just opens up her codex, sends a message to Krill. ETA?
Give me a roll.
Me?
No.
Ah, okay.
If that's a craft, that's a +6 total.
Job done.
Yeah. No, good. We're all good. We're all good. We're good. We're good. Yeah, I have got a drone within a drone.
Just thumbs up, see you there, and she'll close her codex. She's on her way.
Cool.
You want to go and chat up this Spitfire grub dude and see if we could figure out anything else?
Yeah, I would either go with there or the Flickers, Flicks, and Fixes. Leave the gear places for Krill to check out. Yeah, why don't we go and talk to Spitfire? See if we can get a specific on Bran.
Maybe get something that's not just a walking meal there.
Yeah, how you feeling, by the way?
Yeah, fine. It's a little gamey, a little oily. Run of the mill ship.
I think I'll hold off. I'm used to city food, but no thanks.
I'll tell you, these places are great at 3:30 in the morning. A little drunk, a little worn out, sit down, you don't care what's going in you, it's the spot.
I prefer a different kind of thing
Yeah,
going in me at 3 a.m. Sorry.
You prefer something that's gone through a little bit of a factory setting first?
More reliable.
All right, we'll lead the way.
Spitfire.
You walk over to the Spitfire grub. It's a sizzling food cart, being manned by a woman, middle-aged woman, flipping skewers of meat of questionable origins over a flame. The spices used to cover the questionable meat waft through the air. It does make it smell better around these parts, having the Spitfire around at the very least. It's a middle-aged woman. She's got henna tattoos up her arm. She's got that sort of standard retail like food worker, warm but like this is my work persona presence. That guarded nature that they have. It's just like, look, I'm at work. What the fuck do you want from me? I'm gonna give you a smile. I'm gonna say nice things, but all right, that's all you get. Here's your fucking food, right? So you walk up. She looks at you and goes, "Oh, back again."
Look, I had a nice little snack. I figured I'd get something a little heartier this time to go for the next few hours.
Oh, well, I can offer you more skewers then.
Fair enough. What sauces you got?
I have those sauces right there.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, just whip me up like 3 more. Got a friend coming in.
She just keeps turning some skewers, and she picks 3 up, puts them onto a piece of paper, and just hands them to you.
Thanks. And she'll just start chomping at the 3rd one, but wrap up the other 2. Addie will just start eating as she looks at Karen. He gives her a nod.
We heard the little drone buddies who come around here, they particularly like to bother you. Is that a thing?
You a friend of theirs?
Sure.
We've been... How do I put this? Trying to figure out what's going on with the drone things. I don't know. Somebody was saying that there's kids friend said that it would be fun. That's apparently wrong. But
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of fucking punks who hang out near the clock tower, and then they race their drones around the market as their racetrack. And apparently I'm one of the obstacles.
gotcha. Okay. Fucking dumb teenagers shit. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, part of the reason why we were here is because not only did my friend send me on this dumb errand, but she said that her friend Bran would be here, but I don't know. It seems like the wrong kind of crowd for me. I don't know. I don't usually hang out with Tracy. She's with these younger people all the time. I don't fit in as well, but I don't know. She was saying that I could find him here. He's like, I don't know. I ran into him online one time a long time ago, and he seemed pretty cool, but I don't know how old he is, and I'm really starting to worry that he's not very old because he told me he was 30. Do you know Bran?
Karen likes to not be her age. Karen, you have another middle-aged woman looking at you. And you distinctly feel like you're being judged. You are now on the receiving end of the gaze of a woman who is absolutely judging you.
Hi, you and I have been in sync tonight. Every time they open their mouths, I'm like, "What the fuck are you?"
She looks at you and just looks you up and down and goes, "Sweetheart, he's at least half your age. Or should I say, at most, half your age."
Patty isn't going to say anything, but she'll just kind of put her sunglasses down and just kind of nod towards the lady, and then looks over at Karen and gives her the stare.
Well, beautiful. Now, I have a small request. Could you point me in their direction if they're around? Maybe give a description, cause I need to do something. Avoiding them might be an option. Might be.
She goes, she's just turning the skewers, and she just looks down at the skewers and looks at you, looks down at the skewers and goes, "I'd love to, but I'm working." Girls gotta, earn a living and all of that.
Grandma, do you want me to pay? You want me to send something over?
I will take a skewer, please.
Hey, that's great. 10 skewers coming right up.
Ten whole skewers.
It's very generous of you. She takes 10 skewers off the grill one by one, putting it onto the paper, and hands this paper, just mound of skewered meat, over to you.
I'll just take it.
Don't forget, always tip your server.
What did 10 cost?
10 creds per skewer.
Karen sends over 120.
Ah, okay. 20% tip. It's very generous of you. Well, the clock tower's right over there. And if you see a group of kids, 20 somethings, teenagers, look for the one with the big metal arm. That'll be Knives. Knives Ortega. That'd be the leader of the Razorbacks. The kid that you're looking for is they call him Cereal, it seems to be, but yeah, he's a lanky, brown-haired, mussy-haired, late teens, maybe. He'll have a leather jacket on, and I mean, always look for the Razorbacks insignia. They're all wearing patches now. I think Patches hooked them up with those. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. But yeah, Knives runs it. If you see like a jittery little sort of shaky little guy who's obsessed with tech, definitely paranoid. That'll be Tweak. He's their, I don't know, tech person or something like that. You might want to steer clear of Burnout or Bruiser. They're yeah. If you see somebody I don't know, roll up on a custom bike, you're gonna want to avoid them.
Okay.
But there's a bunch of them. Just look for a group of youths carrying around high-speed drones.
Well, I learned something today. Learning things today.
We're never too
What?
old to learn things.
At least we hope we can learn.
Yes.
Kai, you were one of my coworkers today. I'm just letting you know. Shout out to Lucinda. You're a fucking evil queen.
Well, at least I have these 10 skewers to enjoy.
Ah,
Patty's
yes.
just holding them all.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Always here to serve.
I know it was
How-
worth it.
How long would it have taken it to train this location from the base, Kai?
Not long.
Okay.
You could probably show up by now.
After this embarrassing display of negotiations, Krill comes in wearing a pair of shorts, and you can tell her leg has been attached only recently because it's not the same color as the rest of her skin tone. The like faux skin hasn't updated yet, and so it's just standing out like a sore thumb a little. She walks up with 3 drones floating around her. One of them looking like a fucking weird ass spiky spaceship.
Hey, look at you! Just, luckily our good friend here got you a couple skewers. So,
Oh shit, my power bank is actually low. Krill just grabs like 5 of them in a single handful. It's just...
Krill has died of dysentery.
I was gonna say, why does this taste like drum fuel?
it's part of the secret sauce.
She grabs 4 more.
Anyways, thanks for talking us up. Got to make sure my senior citizen here doesn't rob the cradle,
Aaron
fuck are
slow
you
blinks
on?
at you.
Amal looks at you and goes, "Don't judge too harshly, sweetie. You'll be our age one day too."
Krill just looks at Patty and then looks at Karen. She wishes she'd looked that good at that age. You fucking treat your body like shit.
Who are you saying that to?
To Patty. She wishes she'd look as good as Karen does at her age.
All right, let's go. Come on. Let's get moving. Patty picks up the skewers and just walks on along. She has this big shit-eating grin on her face.
Well, not sure how much you were listening in, but we know a few things now.
I just got here. To Patty treating you like shit. I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck's going on.
The cook gave Karen some shit, and I decided to lean into it.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Because you
I-
have such a high horse to be sitting atop.
Hey,
By the way, I learned
sometime-
what horses were in a recent document. That's cool.
Cool. Awesome. Sweet. Now, we got these leftover skewers, but we know what Bran looks like, or cereal. She'll send a quick message to Troy and just give him the update on Bran, the group, some of the names she heard, just so he's in the loop of what they're doing, and they're going to check out the clock tower now.
Thank you, Patty. Currently building a profile.
You doing good? It's been a hot minute.
I'm keeping tabs on your locations and occasionally keeping tabs on any activity near the base.
Okay.
Give me a roll, Troy.
All right. That is a +2.
Given the updated description, you were able to isolate videos with cereal in them from some of their races. He seems to not be an active racer, but he seems to be talking to a smaller guy who has entirely too much energy. A lot, and also has tools in his hands and is working on some of the drones from time to time.
Hattie, Karen, and Krill receive a few screenshots from Troy. One of the person most likely matching Bran's description, and of the jittery fella that Bran is frequently speaking with, and informs them that the person currently best matching this subscription is seen talking to and discussing things with this particularly younger individual who, from my perspective, seems to be particularly jittery.
Patty will look over to Karen. Sounds like the tweak kid we heard of.
It's my guess.
So, if the group isn't super forthright about Bran, then we can probably try and isolate Tweak and get some information out of him.
Okay. Okay. Are there any people hanging around the clock tower right now who have the patch on?
No.
Okay. All right. So, right now, I think Krill, if you want to talk to Grix's Gear Garage or yeah, I guess maybe
She could just walk up to them and start up a conversation.
Better question. Was anybody actually watching Krill, or did you just walk away?
I assumed you were walking with us.
Okay, but here's another question for the DM. Kai, how close did we get to the pit?
Not close. No.
Okay, then Krill's still there.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was about to be this moment as Patty looks over her shoulder. Where the fuck did she go?
diving head first. Okay.
Somebody that can take it.
Krill, if you want to talk to Grix over at his garage, it might work for us to have you be interested in racing, but you don't like doing the racing part. You like making the fast things. So you're interested in finding somebody who wants to pilot the thing. Unless they do it with AI or whatever now. But I
Yeah,
imagine it's I don't know.
having an analog controller for these things just puts you behind the race now. So they're all designing custom AIs to run the track as efficient as they can and have reactions to other players' movements.
Okay.
Could be having a lot of bravado. They may want to do the analog just because they're cool. They think like doing the analog and doing it themselves makes them like cooler than the AI shit.
I hope they don't play for pink slips then.
Yeah.
How would we maybe check that? Does it look like in the footage of previous races, like there are people controlling them, or are they just flying?
Send a message to
through
Troy.
Troy?
Yeah.
Oh, Troy's not listening?
Repeat the question.
In the videos you
Busted.
looked at, were the racers actively driving their drones, or were they automated?
Thank you. Yes, Troy is going to double check on those videos to see, were they operating these drones with like some kind of controlling device, or did these drones seem to be autonomous? Roll,
True.
okay.
No, Troy,
Oh, what?
make a narrative decision.
Get to pick.
Oh.
Flip a coin.
So, these drone operators appear to be using some sort of apparatus similar to a net diving helmet. There are goggles over their heads, and there is clearly plugged into their brain, or to some kind of ports on their... plugged into some kind of ports. It seems that they are taking control of these drones directly through a net diving, a modified net diving apparatus.
Cool.
So a bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. Well, what do you want to do? You want to hit up Grix, or do you want to go and talk shop with these nerds directly?
We
Where
don't
would
know where
we
these
talk
nerds
with them?
directly are.
They're at. I mean, the racers are at the clock tower. Razorbacks.
There's
No, they're
no one at
not.
the
We
clock
just
tower right
confirmed
now.
that.
No, we asked if there was anybody with the insignia there. We didn't ask if there was anybody there.
She does have you there.
Mhm. How about this, Patty? You go over to the clock tower. You see who's there.
Sure.
Krill and I will go and talk to Grix.
All right, I'll go scope it out. Patty just walked over with the skewer still in her arms at the moment. Unless you want them, Krill.
Camera. Sorry, please repeat that.
You want the other skewers?
Oh, yes.
All right, cool.
Last handful.
There, you had 7 more skewers in there.
8, 5, and then 4. Probably
Yeah.
only like 3 left.
I bought 2 more.
So it'd be 3. Either way, it doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't. She
I know math.
She just walks over to the clock tower. So, do you want to take the lead, or do you want me to take the lead?
You're going to the clock tower alone.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're going to Grix's.
Wordy's asking whose scene comes first.
Oh. That felt more like a who's good cop, who's bad cop, like you're going
No.
in with this on
No,
me.
I was just meaning
Now,
you're going to Grix or I'm going to Clock Tower first.
I made the same assumption, but it was in hindsight, it was insanely obvious what she meant.
um,
I'll go.
Greg,
Sure, let's do it.
I'm flipping a coin.
Yep. No, I'll go. Yeah. I just wanted to give you the chance. But as she walks over, she's not going to immediately approach. She just kind of scopes out all who's there at the moment.
The only people that are at the clock tower at this moment are a pair of AR graffiti artists. You can live see the work they're doing. Like for Karen, it's just a old concrete pillar and tower, but you can actually see the work that they're doing, and they are doing some cover up work of other stuff. They're doing some erasure work, and then they're laying out their own spread on it. But yeah, it's just a couple of AR graffiti artists at work.
Can I get an idea of what they may be trying to outline?
Give me a roll.
Okay. -2. Is there anything I can hear? I'm going to go with just the failure there
Okay.
of the -2. And she says, "Are you making a dragon?"
For anybody watching, there is sort of a triangle missing one of its sides at present being laid out. And they're working from two sides, right? And so there's these sort of curves going on the other side. The other guy's just laying out this pyramid shape in this triangle, and the other guy's got these two curves going. A dragon to the common person, it probably would not be.
Yeah, but Patty doesn't recognize it, but I'm also leaning into that a little bit.
Yeah. One of them just turns around and goes, No, we're not making a dragon.
Are you sure? I can kind of see like the curve. I can see some of the lines, I think, a little bit. Are you sure that isn't a dragon? Like, I heard there was one of those groups that has like dragon in their insignia. Are you part of them?
Oh God, no, we're not doing Razorback graffiti. Like, why would we? Oh, fucking losers. No, we're not doing graffiti for the Razorbacks.
Then what are you doing it for?
To speak my truth.
All right, that's pretty deep. Is your truth making cool lines?
Isn't all of our truth making cool lines?
Sure, but what's your cool line? I mean, all I see is a dragon right now, or a razorback, or whatever.
You're are you high? What are you on?
I mean, I took something earlier, but they didn't exactly tell me.
Yeah. You may not. You know what? Swing back by later, and then maybe you'll see the finished piece. It's not that complicated. We'll be done in a few minutes, and then if you still see a dragon when we're done, then we made a dragon.
All right.
Yeah. Art is in the eye of the beholder. Don't let me tell you what this is, but.
All right, Patty will feign it a little bit, and then she'll purposely take a hit of her glass, and then she's like, "Well, if you need some help, you want some?"
Nah, man, we're good. We're good.
Right.
I'm straight edge.
Whatever. And she'll turn around and start heading back.
As Patty walks away, it takes them literal seconds to lay the rest of this out. It is not a complicated pattern. You see before you One writes an A and a C, and the other one writes a B and then an A.
ACBA?
Working from two directions.
Ah, got it.
Anyway, the
You realize I did that on purpose there, right?
Grix's Grix's garage. Grix's gear garage. As the two of you walk up, Grix catches sight of Karen once again and just sort of
Don't worry. She doesn't know shit. She doesn't want to know shit. I'm here for myself. I caught while they're in here. You've got an actual AI learning processor there. I want to strip that away. So I would love to get that off your hands. As well, honestly, is that raw silicone?
Yep.
Sweet. I'll take like 6 pounds of that. Yeah.
You need me to strip it or you
Oh no. No
Okay.
worries on that one. I've heard. Okay. As like Krill's got 3 drones floating around her, but they're all very tight knit. They're not floating towards anything. They are clearly in the center of the room, not fucking with anything. What kind of shit are these teens flying right now? I mean, like I've seen them get some incredible midair stops. Is that?
You don't look like their type.
Well, I'm a woman, so I'm sure they don't deal with my type much anyways.
They got a couple of broads with them, but to call them women probably would be a stretch.
No. You in the past have sold me the coilings to make high-powered fusion cannons. So, I looked like a crippled crab back then.
Oh shit, Krill!
Yeah. How you doing?
You got a new body. Look at you.
Found a dead body. Made it my own.
Hey, look, salvage, baby. You know?
Hey, this shit can't get infected. That pit's calling to me. I can't wait for another spin in that.
Oh, well, I mean, fair enough. Yeah, no, fuck, I mean, you were always, I mean, forgive me, you were always a bit of a weapons dealer if there ever was a description for what you did. What are you doing, looking into fucking drone racing?
She just has number 3 project a hologram. Oh, I'm still of her latest like big claw cannon. Oh, I'm still doing that. I promise you, absolutely.
Hate to see talent go to waste.
Exactly. I just hate when all I do for my enjoyment is for work. I don't know if I'll like this, but I just thought this would be a great way to try out a different hobby in my field. Plus, if I could make a high-powered tank hover come to that immediate stop like they do those tiny drones, that would have some serious accuracy control, and I'm sure someone even like Red Sea might be interested.
I mean, I don't know about that, but yeah, I can tell you what I know, I suppose. I mean, the Razorbacks, and I mean the drone racers around here. I mean they have a thing for lightweight. It's high speed drone mods, but it's all street grade, design. But I mean, I suppose they are starting to push performance towards Redline. They've got like carbon based lattice frames, flexible enough for most of their G turns, but pretty stable at their top speeds. I just sold him an adaptive flight controller. It was a Blackfin X7, but like I mean, it was a knockoff. It wasn't a real one, right? But you know, multi-environmental condition sort of situation, variable wind shear. I had questions given that it didn't seem to be. I mean, you see around here, it's not like we've got variable wind shears going on here. It's not like we have, multi-environmental conditions. They recently I hooked that the small one. I don't know, but look, they all have stupid names. I don't know. Either way, um, I sold the small one. He's all tweaky. I don't know. A magnetic field stabilization ring. Like I have no idea what they're doing with some of these parts, but given some of the performance that they've managed to cobble together, I guess they've got a reason for it. I mean, they just race them around here.
What kind of power output would they be working with to need a magnetic field to stay? Oh, you know what? If it's high enough grade, they're probably already tinkering with it, and I might see it.
It's not elegant, but it's functional and it's vicious.
She just points to number one as all of that like excess pieces of it actually like click off and float beneath it, as no longer needing a central unit, just an optical lens leading from it. It's almost perfectly flat with just you know adjusters, adjusting fins and such. Um, and notably, six micro turbine engines working as VTOLs off of phatic control systems, all wired straight through the drone, then back into me.
Grix looks at that and goes, You know, your turbines there, if you actually carbon reinforce those blade edges, the tips, you might actually see some performance because you could thin them down a little bit even further. I think I actually have some turbine blades over there that are carbon reinforced if you want to just grab those. Quick
Strip's
upgrade
picking
for
through
them.
them. Most of them are too big, but also Grix knows she can work with it easily enough. Material's material to Krell. Ooh.
Yeah. Something that'll be able to take a tight corner without shredding itself.
Yeah, no. Because I got the air pressure and combustion down, but they are a little weighty, admittedly. I was hoping the lack of central body weight would make it easier, but no.
I've
Thank you,
got
Grix.
I've
Okay.
got some I've got some ultra high yield lithium polymer packs coming in for like power packs. I could send them over to you if you want. We could just, I could kick them your way.
I am going to say absolutely on that one. We are
Yeah.
working on expanding some of our work. Um, I am trying to go legit, if it's possible.
You 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 really want to find these guys?
If we're real one-to-one, I'm interested. I'm trying to see what I can learn from them. And one of them, their sister reached out. One of my like customers was just like, yeah, I think he's an idiot and he's wasting all his money on this shit.
Tell you what, yeah, and he swipes over a location. He goes, check there. That's their hideout.
Thanks so much, Grix.
They had me send a
Um,
couple of deliveries over to it, so I got their address.
If you're ever in need of any AI cores, and she just pulls down number 2 and gently, like pressing 2 fingers in a specialized spot, the shell opens, and what looks like a mechanical but fleshy brain. I am still adapting and advancing it more and more each time.
I'll keep that in mind.
So be warned, they think for themselves, just outright. But I think that benefits the certain clientele. All the same, carbon blades, 6 pounds of silicone, AI core processor. What I owe you? I'm looking at, I think 180 creds worth here, but also I'd easily do 200 because I missed working with you.
How about you don't try and lowball me like you always did, and you give me the 325 we both know that's worth.
You know what? Good deal. She just holds her hand out.
Hey, nice to be able to shake your hand properly finally.
I know, no little gripper. Don't get me wrong, I miss having an outward thumb. That was more useful than you would think. But future designs, future design. Have yourself a great one, Grix, and yeah, expect to hear back from me because I'm going to need a resource when I'm trying to go legit. And business is business, right?
Business. He looks at Karen and then looks back to you.
She deals with the people that can't speak us.
Mm.
I don't know about any of this. It's a nice shop you have.
She's already sold 30 something of my rifles without them asking for a license once. She's good.
Fair enough. He's still
Alrighty.
staring at you, Karen.
Let's get you out of here.
Karen sachets out.
Krill's just kind of like trying not to watch the sachet as they're leaving. Like, forward. Job.
Patty will come back from the clock tower as they're walking out. So, how'd it go?
We got their location.
Oh. So they're also shit at hiding their shit?
They're not exactly hiding.
Just need to take on more teenagers.
It's just a community that's not going to give out kids' locations to strangers. As much as they may annoy them, they're not going to out them like that. You think any of these people would tell you where my basement was if you kept asking back then?
That wasn't the point. But anyways, I went up the clock tower, just some graffiti artists. I tried to annoy him enough to eventually like see if they would send me some other direction, but they're like, come back later. So none of the racers are there at the moment. So
What were they drawing?
something. You have to check back. They're probably done at this point.
I don't
And
see
Krill
anything.
just... Are we walking near the clock tower at this point?
Sure.
Krill just uses tricks to project the art so that Karen can see it.
Oh. All right.
can't get arrested for something that doesn't physically count as defacing property.
You absolutely can.
Yeah,
Digital
I-
defacement. My friend got arrested for it last week. What?
I was about to say, like, cops also don't need a reason. Like Patty would say that cops don't need a reason to arrest them. If they want to be douches,
know
they'll
what?
be douches.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Hey, cab baby.
Look, they've random 13 code.
Respect.
All right, so we figured out where they probably are. Do we want to go straight there? Do we want to head up with Troy? What do we want to do?
How far away is it?
Not far. It's the location that was given to you places you just on the other edge, the other side of the industrial zone. It's a few blocks away.
You want to send that to Troy so he can start looking at it?
Yeah. No, she just sends it to everybody. I will note though, they are prepping their drones for something bigger than this area. They are getting full environmental stabilizers. They are building it. One of them is using some, not experimental, but they're using a magnetic field, which the benefit to that on a drone would require an extreme power output or something you're trying to encase within it. And so I have no idea what they're prepared for in that case, but I don't think they're dangerous, but I do think that they're going to be looking at their tech very defensively. So let's just not be a threat. How about that?
I mean, to be fair, you got a bunch of fucking, looked at Carrot for a second, whippersnappers, and who are looking to go up and get bigger and then do some shit. So I'd say see them as at least a little bit dangerous. Because if they've got...
I didn't say they weren't dangerous. I said let's try and not be a threat.
Alright, she'll just send a message to Troy. Can you start scoping out the location as we make our way?
Accessing any available cameras around the location. Do I need to make a roll for that, or is that just something
Nope.
Troy can do? Okay.
It's something Troy can do. It's a reappropriated parking garage. Look, it is very ragged. It has seen better days. And it's not a large structure. There seems to be dual entrance, so there's at least one level that you can tell is below street level, and then there's just 3 floors above that.
Any particular activity around besides?
Not particularly. Just the activity of the city.
All right, so
The front of it, you can see that there's a sort of a haphazard barricade, some scrap metal, some chain link, old tires even, and just like a shit ton of graffiti. You can see some neon spray paint of a dragon logo on things.
all right. On top of just relaying that information verbally, Troy's also taking a couple of screenshots, especially of that barricade, and sending it to everyone's codexes.
Alright. We're kind of just making our way. Let me see. Do we have... Is that on the map or is it not on the map?
It is not on the map.
Cool. Just wanted to ask. Alright, we're making our way. Probably
Roy,
have to...
did you, when you were looking at the build or at the parking structure, did it look like there was anything all that set up in the parking structure, or it just looked dilapidated?
Is Troy able to see anything inside of this, or are the available cameras not good enough?
You can see around and into a certain degree. Like there's always the gaps on
Yeah.
parking structures. There's enough camera coverage around. You can see that there seems to, you can see like sort of, there's a lot of like boards and metal and things put up to sort of enclose this as best they can, but it's basically the work of, you know, misfits. And so you can see spots where you can see like mismatched couches passed in an area. The upper level seems to have been turned into some sort of racetrack. Like you can literally see the glowing lines of the like racetrack up there. And so there seems to be like there's a race area on the top of this, but in it looks to be some sort of living quarters, working quarters, sort of mixed use facility going on. You can't really get a shot down below for what that lower level is. But yeah.
All right. On top of sending them screenshots, he does state that there appears to be a rudimentary commons area, and he sends him a screenshot of the couches at the lower level. Mid-level appears to be a makeshift racetrack, and the upper level seemed to be a multi-purpose facility with racetracks, workshops, and other forms of set aside for other activities. I'm currently incapable of accessing anything that could lead me to the lower levels.
Thank you, Troy.
I will be standing by.
Okay.
Trix, are you okay with Troy using your eyes? Okay. You have access to number 3's eyes at any moment if you need.
Do you need it, or do you need me to access Trix at this moment?
More so if you just want to get a look inside for yourself that our codexes personally can't see. She'll let you take a, like look around with her. So it's just available. You don't have to.
Very well.
So
Alright.
what?
Are you continuing to monitor the cameras, or did you just do a sweep?
For now, I just did a sweep.
Okay. Just wanted to know.
Addie will say,
Okay.
so what's the approach? Do we want to just go up and like, hey, we need to talk to Bran? Or do we want to spook him out a little less?
Not making a scene was specified
Yeah,
in this.
that's why I'm asking. Just making sure we know the approach.
They may be teenagers. We're not knocking down any walls here.
I didn't say knock down the walls. I was just like, all of us just knock on the door.
Or I could just fly my drone outside the front and someone might come out.
I feel like that might spook him out a little bit more.
So our options are try and do something now or just observe, because going in and taking them out would be probably kind of difficult unless we have a way to incapacitate people. Otherwise, we're looking for some kind of a fight right now.
These
No.
are just young techie kids
I don't.
who have
Yeah.
no lives, and this is what they do for fun to get some adrenaline.
Keep in mind,
We're not
one-
taking anybody out.
Keep in mind, if a couple of them are stupid enough, I mean, smart enough, but also stupid enough to have probably at least 1 or 2 guns on them. So if we come in like that, that probably would not go well for them or us. So
You two are armed. I did not bring anything. But you two are armed. We are not defenseless. But let's choose. Let's
Yeah.
choose to be pacifistic at this moment. And that's coming from the woman who likes to blow shit up for fun.
yeah, I don't think any of us want to shoot anyone. So just don't be stupid.
I feel compelled to remind you all that younger children than who we are about to deal with were capable of threatening us in the past.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but also if you ever run some medic shit, kids have guns on them for days.
Okay. So, I don't think anybody's going in right now, are they? Unless it's a drone, maybe?
Like I said, I think the best case scenario is doing a lap past their base with the drone or two and seeing if any of them take it as a challenge to kick my ass because their drones are likely faster.
It's
And
actually
then a
not
dialogue
bad idea.
dialogue can start from there.
How are we? You're just going to send a drone and basically challenge them somehow?
I'm just going to fly my toy nearby their base, them see someone else
Alright.
using a toy they like and they know they can beat me.
If
Okay.
they don't come out, you could always just run their racetrack. Sure, they would
That
take
is
that as a
it.
challenge.
That is in their place, though.
They're
I mean-
teenagers.
Put your dick on the table.
As a teenager, I might just shoot something that got close to their place.
They're 75% hormones, 15%.
Maybe we
Uh,
shouldn't have put tricks
yeah.
in it then.
We didn't. For one thing, the drone isn't in the flight system. It is its own separate embodiment. And it's number 1, Chip.
Sorry, Chip. Yes.
Okay. We've got that handled. So
All right, I'm done discussing it.
Yep.
I'm
Go for it,
done
Krill.
discussing it.
Yep.
Chip deploys the racing ass. Oh my god. The modular race piece, and it takes off down the alleyway, past their base, slips past 2 more buildings, going a left, a right again, zooms out, comes past us again clearly, and starts making another lap.
Okay. Where are you in relation to their base?
Down the street, around the corner. And we are walking slowly.
Okay.
I don't want to go around the corner because I don't want to be in sight of the building.
Yes, I agree.
Putting it out there.
Let's see.
Troy, are you watching the base right now while we do this?
Troy occasionally jumps between watching the base and watching you guys.
Troy. You see a child. A child. Your protocols absolutely identify this as a child. There's a lanky, just hit their growth spurt child with oversized goggles, perched on the top, just corner of the parking garage, and you see this kid hop down from that sort of like pillar corner and dart away, and from the sort of front of the building you can see a young woman, definitely definitely of the streets, let's put it that way, by appearance. You can literally see from a distance her smacking her gum. From the camera, you can see that. Fucking just smacking the gum as she comes out from the parking garage, standing out front, just watching the drone go. Standing next to her is just this fucking heavily tattooed, scowling fucking like mass that looks like an actual adult standing next to her, and you can see that she's like very pointedly, like she's and the guy next to her is just sort of like, you can just from his body language, you know, he's just touching her shoulder and being like, you know. So that's what you see, Troy.
The child that was sitting on the corner, was that male or female?
You can't really tell.
All right. It does not appear to be the young woman that just walked out, though.
Absolutely different. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
You all get a message back from Troy stating that, Krill, your drone appears to have garnered some attention.
Good. She kicks it up a notch and makes it go a little bit faster. No, I like to imagine this drone moving compared to theirs is like someone who's a really fast, self-taught swimmer. No grace, no like set motions, just freestyling, just getting there fast. Nowhere good as a professional, but just enough to piss off someone who is trying to learn it and isn't that fast.
No.
Taking corners sloppily, but just
We're
bolting it
just
on the
sending the drone
acceleration.
a little faster.
Yeah.
No change. There's still an angry young woman standing out front. There's still a large person sort of calming her down.
Do any of the cameras that Troy can access have audio features that are capable of hearing what the young woman?
Give me a roll.
Right. That is a -1.
No, they are not. They are across
Okay.
the street. I mean, there are cameras with audio features, but what you hear is the pizza shop that the camera's in. What you hear is the baby crying from the apartment across the street. What you hear is, you know, the actual camera feeds audio. None of them are directional, high-resolution, projected audio sort of detection systems.
All right. Well, in that case, there's not really anything to relay back to the group. Other than just, you seem to be continuing to agitate them, Krill.
Then, you know what? Krill just looks to Karen. Trust me?
Here?
The drone, when about to pass their base, slows down, makes a 180, and returns to Krill's side as she's coming around the corner. She doesn't walk further down the street. She just shows herself, the racing drone, and her chilling out there.
And with that, the camera fades to black.